Hello, welcome. You are on the Heart of Success show, the space where I am explaining, showing, sharing with you different tips, methods, and principles, motivation, and inspiration, how we can create the life we want to live, how we can create optimal health, aligned wealth, and fulfilled relationships. How can we have it all? Well, today I'm going to share with you a little of my contemplation that I did recently, and I was just playing around with the concept of mindset. We hear it everywhere. We hear these mindset programs. We hear this mindset methods and principles, and we hear the mindset is almost like a set up a path for us to be guided, to be learned, to be um, set up in our system. But what I was thinking about is that we not created as a automation, like if we tweak just one thing in our mind and set it up in a way that we taught in many different educational initiatives about mindset, and we set for success, or we set for the joyful creative expression, or we set for fixing up our health problems or relationship problems. So to me it seems like mindset is really have this final like it's a point where beyond that mindset we kind of don't know what to do. So here is the gap that I realized myself about mindset, that when we set up our mind on something, we kind of very rigidly clinging up to that idea, and we disciplined, we consistent, we focused to this idea that we set in our mind. But in reality, I'm experiencing myself and observing it in my clients is that we're not designed that way. We're not the energy, the consciousness, the informational field is not designed that way. It's designed to be really, it's like we can mold it, it's malleable, it's flexible, it fluctuates, it just sparkle that life, that frequency of living, and it is constantly changing and moving. So why would we set the mind on something, and then once we set the mind, we kind of hold this idea close to our system, and to me we kind of almost blocking the flow, the riding the waves of the information and consciousness field to pass through us, to get through us, and so that we can express it without abstraction. So I was thinking about this mindset concept, and to me, it is really limiting us in terms of not allowing us to use all the other faculties that we have, the ones that we not really often use because we don't really understand it well, and we don't know how to connect it all. We talk a lot about mindset, the heart set, the soul set, but what does that really mean? How do we navigate this connection? How do we use this amazing biological suit, and also the spiritual, the emotional, psychological, the mental, These dimensions are all here, uh, help us to navigate our lives, help us to navigate through the flow of this pure consciousness, and why we receive the pure consciousness, and then we kind of have blockages, and we have the walls within ourselves, that pure consciousness is transformed into the destructive accumulation of the energy. And that's what I'm saying. I'm calling it I'm calling it symptom of limited adaptation, because our world and everything is now changing so fast. We don't even have adjusted and reflect on the new technological wave coming to us, and all of these crumbling systems that we observe. We don't even have the time to adjust or understand it, and our minds is not capable to really translate it to us in the form of comfort, or in the form of confidence, in the form of like, it's okay, everything that enters our life, or everything that we observe is needs to be here. So we go into this contraction, and it's called symptom of limited adaptation. And that's where the mind is clinging to a certain way of thinking, or a certain way of creating or adapting and copying other people models, methods and tips and things. Yes, that's all good, it works fine, it works to a certain level. But what I'm discussing with you now, and I really would like your input. Like, I'm not sure, this is my own contemplation on this space of the mindset. It's my own observation that when we not involve our wisdom that we all have, that wisdom, that all these dimensions of who we are made available to us. So there is 18 receptors that we have in our whole system, including our brain, our immune system, our lymphatic system, our physical and biological functions, but also our emotions, feelings, psychology, and mental capacity. 18 receptors that are tuned into guiding us every moment of our life. They are almost like antennas, like a radio frequency, biological intelligence, or emotional and spiritual intelligence that has these receptors constantly guiding us. And these receptors are receiving information from outside, the data, the information, the situations, the environment, what we see within ourselves. These receptors are helping us to place and locate a positioning ourselves within the time and space continuum, so that we don't really lost ourselves, right? So I just thought that maybe if we understand and connect all of this navigation system that constantly adjusting every moment, every second of our life. And there's another discovery that the scientists already made. Like, we talk a lot about a moment now. What does it really mean? Well, from the point of view that we have this matter, like in our biology, but we also have energy around us. The moment now was measured, and it's ended up to be lasting from 3 to 9 seconds. Well, in average, it is 6 minutes, 6 seconds. Sorry, 6 seconds. So in 6 seconds, all our 18 different 18 types of receptors already adapted, adjusted, and sending us signals and signs and guidance what to do. what kind of decisions to make, where to focus our attention, what and how to move and make the next step. So see how much more wider and much more reliable navigation system we have that we not totally using right now in our lives. And it is sad to some extent that we for some reason we just not using it. We learn how to set our minds on an idea, and then we still keep pushing because we clinging to that idea, right? So what I'm trying to say is that when we involve all this navigation system, all of the divine, beautiful, powerful, adjustable, and constantly moving and changing, receptive system that we have, we then can really follow our own guidance. We can then employ the brain, the mind, and also all our wisdom to actually live our truths and to do and function from that powerful place. So I call it the art of the self leadership, because we then disattach ourselves from models of other leaders or people, other mentors, and whatever. This is the gap where I'm looking at helping leaders and people and anyone who feel that they are ready to step into that inner power. So in my Askara Principles program, I am actually sharing in details over the 12 weeks. And we start to understand how it works. We start to tap into this internal wisdom, and we connect the brain with the mind, and then we actually have that connection, not only the biological brain uh, with that all-knowing brain, or someone call it higher self, but this is more of a process of integrating all the tools, instruments, and capacities and faculties that we actually given naturally. We have it all, but I don't know why we're not using it. Again, we're learning, we helping each other, we're looking at pioneers, and we're looking at people who creating awesome stuff, and it helps us. And the mindset, it's only a milestone. It's a stepping stone into opening up some other much more powerful abilities and instruments within ourselves. So, but before my program, I'm actually inviting you to come and join me for my free masterclass. Well, that's where I'm going to explain how, when you connect all of your powerful internal and external instruments of navigating you, how you can heal your life without looking anymore to more therapies, more healing, because this is really something that we stuck, I believe, in our evolutionary development and growth, because we constantly talking about healing our past traumas and wounds. And yes, it is very important. It is absolutely the foundation. But I think we now have access to a little bit more powerful process and a much faster understanding of how we can actually heal all of our past and present and future. Because we have much more integrated way of seeing ourselves and how we can utilize all of these connections within ourselves to actually help us to do it once and for all without looking back of going into the endless retreats, workshops, all of the different therapies and practitioners programs and support. I mean, I'm not saying we're not gonna to do it, or I'm not saying and disregarding and devaluing all the healers and all the practitioners. Everyone has its own place. But what we're now doing, we molding our reality. We are we creating the future that each of us is having its own way, and that's the beauty of it, because it's resonance. If someone resonates with me as a successful woman that actually almost get it all, but there is one thing that they don't get yet, is that internal connection, that essence that is longing, and that essence that is crying for attention, still feels like you cannot attain it. So on my masterclass, you would have an idea how to do it, and you would have a step-by-step process that I used myself. It wasn't easy. Do you think it is easy to actually to take myself out of my mindset? And my mindset is very, very strong. As you know, strong, successful women, we are strong because we have that strong mindset. And it is hard for anyone or anything to get us away from that mindset idea, or the mindset actions, or wherever we put in our mind. But that's what I just contemplated on it, and I felt like it's a it's like bingo. I find that the mindset is something that needs to be explored a little bit further, and it needs to be uh, looked at with an open heart and an open mind, and just with a question like, what's next? Is there anything behind the mindset? Is there anything that beyond the mindset that we can actually utilize to help us to navigate moment to moment to moment? And there is a beautiful wisdom that we have in the form of our biology, the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts, if we integrate it all into one reliable navigation system. So please jump on my free masterclass. That's going to be next week on Thursday. I would really, really love to see you there, because you would be blown away by the information of what's happening right now with the quantum transformation that almost completed, and what's the scientific discoveries right now, and how we can start to go deeper than setting our minds, to go and explore this all-knowing space of our wisdom, how we can actually start to utilize it all, so that we're not making our decisions one-sidedly, or only emotionally, or only mentally, or only reactively. So we can then make our decisions from that place of your own essence, and only you can make that right decision. Only your system, that unique inner genius, on in this decision is going to be good only for you. So I also call it self-mastery, mastering your life, become a master of your life. So in order for you to become the master of your life, you need to start to look deeper than the mindset. So come and join me on my free masterclass, and you would be really surprised to understand and discover what power you actually have. and how you're not using it right now. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week with another episode, but I really would like to wish you great day and just just love yourself. You cannot even imagine how powerful you are, how beautiful, powerful, uh, intelligent your system is. Just maybe just allow that system to guide you, and you will be blown away. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you next week.